Chapter 4, Ron and Deke. As time passed, Dasinga was evicted from the bed and breakfast and was invited to live with Ron because he had rented a new home, and he was not using his basement, which was on the opposite of the house, giving him full access to his kitchen. But little did he know what he was in for. He would spend a lot of time listening to R&B artists of that time, like Keith Washington, Shantae Moore, Joe Thomas, and Anita Baker, while thinking about decay. Listening to his music and visiting decay was his only avenue of relaxation. He looked for work, but the distance to the nearest bus stop was far, but he went looking for work, and when he wasn't looking, he was there in that basement writing his ass off. The man was obsessed with that woman. During this time, he wrote a pot to piss en. Faking and shaken, trying to be who you want to be, trying to impress to the rest, who you are. Someone special, something special. Trying to be a superstar. Got all that mess, but can't pass a simple grammar test. Refuse to be self, want to be someone else. I'm looking at your heart, looking at your soul. I've noticed that you need to let your heart mend, hating self so much. Your mind is confused, you don't know what to do. Trying so hard to be someone else. Mind corrupted by sin. Yet, you don't have a pot to piss in. He wrote. Do I hate white folks? So many of us black folks hate white folks. Why? Slavery. Civil rights. Jim Crow. And much, much more. How many of us know of the many white folks that die for us black folks? Sure, we have heard of the ones that died in Mississippi, fighting for the right for us to vote. But it has been crossed out of our minds, because of time. How about the many white folks that helped Harriet Tubman with the Underground Railroad? Do I hate white folks? No, that's a sin. I would have to hate more than half my kin, not to mention myself. Again, that's a sin. We all must live together, blend. Stop hating because of skin. Nowadays, white folks from the east, north, and west come down to the south. Unhappy about what comes out of our mouth. There are a few, hell, there are many, but don't judge anyone until they open their mouth. Look at their actions to see if they are prejudice. I have to ask, are you? Pride is far from prejudice. If I kill your family, will you hate every man from Louisiana? Every dread? A little history, they are not called dreads, but locks. Your kin called them dreads, to create self-hate and prejudice. Treat hatred with love, hatred with hatred causes a fire too big to put out. So, watch the words that come out of your mouth. Not all white folks, not all black folks are consumed with hate. Try to relate. Before you boast, ask yourself. Do I hate white folks? Lastly, he wrote. Cry aloud and spare not. Rat-a-tat-tat goes the gat, that sprays the brother on the corner. Ring-a-ding, ding is the song they sing, to carry the body away. Boo, hoo-hoo, are the cries from the eyes of the mother, who birthed the young brother. All these sounds ring out every night in the streets, that are filled with the blood of all the people in flight. Even as you read, and listen to the words of reason. Someone's time has ran out. As their loved ones scream and shout. Here, my dear, is the solution. Cleanse yourself of the pollution. All of the things you can do without. When you have been cleansed, then you can blend. Tell everyone of the power. Hell is real, hell is hot. So, cry aloud, and spare not. Dasinga didn't know what he was getting himself into by moving in with Ron, because Ron was a gigolo dealing with twin brothers who were 19 years old and had a few older gentlemen, as well. He was spoiling most of them with gifts. Dasinga spent most of his time at Decay's and stayed to himself, in the basement, but when he was home, he was bothered by Ron's activities, even though he couldn't hear a thing, and Rod kept his company in his room all the time, out of respect for Dasinga. Dasinga felt he was being too sexually active with AIDS. Many people were being killed for not telling people about their condition, before having sex with them, and he felt Ron might be doing the same thing. Decay would come over from time to time, and she and Ron became the best of friends. One day after Decay had left, Dasinga and Ron were watching television. Ron said to Dasinga, "She's really into you, you'd be a fool to let her go." "Hell, if I weren't gay, I'd be happy to find someone like her." Dasinga smiled, "Shit, I'll never let her go, she's the best thing I've seen in my entire life." Just then, one of the twins came into the house. Dasinga was about to excuse himself, and Ron stopped him. "No, you're okay, he just came to get something." Ron excused himself and walked to his bedroom. While waiting, the twin turned to Dasinga, "You're gay too?" Dasinga said, "Hell nah, Ron, just my friend." Dasinga, in turn, asks him, "How long have you been gay?" The twin, with a strange look, "I'm not gay, I'm a giver, not a receiver." Dasinga said, "Huh?" The young man laughed, "I give, I don't take. Well, I take the money and clothes, but I don't play that other shit." Rubbing his head in confusion, Dasinga tried to understand the young man's logic, but Ron came in, and they went outside. Upon Ron's return, Dasinga asked, "What in the hell do you have these young men thinking they ain't gay? He talks about giving and receiving." Ron said, "I don't have him thinking that way, many feel that way. Especially those that come out of jail or prison. You think I'm going to correct him, and even if I did, you think they are going to stop?" Dasinga shook his head, "Hell, I don't know.